more playing, a little less talking.
All right, Shannon, do you like Mayer saying this?
No, because he could have took that same stance with Eli. I wish Eli would create more headlines positively on the field as opposed to headlines for his inability to throw the football down the field. You see how he really soft-stepped Eli? Well, you know, a lot of us everybody needs to play better. But he was very, very harsh in his critique of Odell. Well, John Mara, Odell is who you thought he was. Now, I agree.
Or who he didn't think he was.
No, he knew who he was. Yeah. Now, you did not think Odell should have got his money. I did because I thought he had warranted, he had outperformed his rookie contract. But you know what comes along with this, Skip? Mm-hmm. If he was like this before he got his money, you guarantee that money, you even emboldened him. I tell people this all the time. Money never changes a person. It just makes you more of what you already are. Mm-hmm. If you're a butthole and you don't have any money, they give you some money, you're a gaping one. It's as simple as that, Skip. I wish it was a better way I could give you, but there's not. Mm-hmm. But Odell plays a dependent position, which means that in order for him to have success on the field, his quarterback needs to have success.
Sure.
Eli's been terrible, and I know his offensive line has been terrible. But let me tell you who else offensive line has been terrible, Skip. Do you know Deshaun Watson has been sacked 25 times? Does he look like Eli? I'm going to tell you two guys. Eli's been sacked 20 times. Aaron Rodgers and Russell Wilson right behind him with 19. Do they look like Eli? Matt Ryan has been sacked 17 times. Do he look like Eli? Absolutely not. So guess what? Eli's offensive line. Eli is terrible. See, what happens is he has one or two good throws against Carolina. Eli's back, bro. Eli put him in that position by his play early in the ball game. So now all of a sudden he plays well. Are we just going to talk about him almost bringing them back, or are we going to talk about him putting him in that position? I got no problem if John Mara want to call out Odell, and deservedly so. Because my problem with Odell is that I'm going to say, you know what Odell doing is passion, his love for the game. How many guys have ever rallied around Odell when he does that? When Odell does that, how many times have it led to a victory? So because insanity is doing something over and over and hoping for a different result. Odell has done that and he hopes to rally his troop, but I see the same results. He lashes out, they lose. So who is he galvanizing? Who's rallying around him? But Eli, for him to poo-poo, it's almost, I heard a guy say, Skip, sometimes it's better to be rich and guilty as opposed to being poor and innocent. So in other words, Eli is horrible and quiet. Odell is good and loud. That's the problem. Come on, John Mayer, who you think you're fooling? Every fan in New York knows Eli is the problem. He's not the solution, because here's the thing. You fall into two categories, Skip. You're either part of the problem or you're part of the solution. So what is Eli? He's a part of the problem. So is Odell. So what's the solution? Get Eli to play better. Odell would calm his antics down. I believe. Maybe not. Not to say that even if Odell's going for 150 and 2 touchdowns, not to say they're going to win. Right. Right. But I don't care how great a player that you have at a skill position, be it running back or wide receiver, Skip, it's almost virtually impossible to overcome terrible QB play. Eric Dickerson had the most rush yards in NFL history. But when they got to the playoffs and they played a team, the quarterback couldn't do anything, they bottled him up. Adrian Peterson had the second most yards.
Look, by the way, the quarterback was Dieter Brock from Canada.
Well, right now, Eli looks like Dieter Brock.
He does look like him. Seriously. Except Dieter Brock, they wouldn't even let him throw very much. They let Eli throw a whole lot. Yeah. And it doesn't work.
But here's the problem with Eli, Skip. He's gotten gun-shy about throwing the ball down the field. So he's perfectly fine to dumping it down to Saquon. Saquon, make 15 people miss and get me like 50 yards, and I'm going to look good at the end of the day.
So what's killing John Mara right now is he has not one, but he has the two most exciting skill position players in all of football in Odell and Saquon, right? Just on pure excitement, just on sensational play capability, right? Those are the two. And guess what? They're not very good. They're 24th in the league in yards. They're 27th in points scored. It's a quarterback's game. I always tell you, it's just the quarterback. It all starts and finishes with the quarterback. You either have him or you don't have him. And if you don't have him, you have no chance. And they are stuck with a washed-up Eli because they went forward with Saquon. We could debate that all day long. Again, is Saquon better than the quarterbacks left on the board? We could debate that. But the point is, that was the bed they chose to lie in. So now they got to lie in it. And you cannot criticize what you, John, created, because you recreated the monster who is Odell, the media monster.
Right.
Because it's to your point. You always say that. You give somebody money, and it's going to enhance their flaws, right?
Yes.
It's going to exaggerate their flaws, as you just said. So now they're being exaggerated, and the problem with Odell, the reason I wouldn't have given him his money is he plays an incredibly dependent position, receiver, because he can't throw the ball to himself.
No.
He can't even choose to throw the ball in his direction.
Right.
And yet he thinks that he's more valuable. Remember, he said, I want more money than quarterbacks get.
Right.
So he believes he's much better as a player in his position than Eli is at his. You could make the case that he is that now, but he can't force the football to him. So it's a lethal combination in the football context because you can't win that way.
No.
And I've told you this, I'm going to say it one more time. Michael Irvin was the only wide receiver leader of a team I was ever around. And it only worked because they weren't a passing football team.
Correct.
And Michael wanted his touches and catches and targets and all, but all he cared about was winning football games. So he was driven, just hell-bent to be the leader of the football team on the field. He had his issues off the field, but when it was time to practice and play, nobody practiced and played harder than Playmaker did.
Correct.
And when it was time to make the 3rd and 10 catch in Washington or New York or Philly, he made the play. The Playmaker did. Okay? He was the leader of teams that should have won 4 straight Super Bowls, but he's the only one I ever saw. I don't think Jerry Rice was the leader of his teams. So now we're back to, can Odell be the leader of the No.
Not with his behavior.
No.
Mike, a lot of time his antic was, guys, we got to block too. If we just going to run the ball, hey, put a hat on the hat and let's move somebody off the ball to give Emmett running lane.
Yeah.
And Emmett, they block. We're going to need you to make one guy miss. We need you to make your plays.
Second Buffalo Super Bowl played in Atlanta.
Right.
They were down to Jim Kelly and company at halftime, and Michael went in and threw a fit in front of Jimmy and company, saying, give the ball to 22. So he wasn't saying, throw it to 88. Give it to Emmett.
Because you think about what he said. He said, run the ball. He says, right now, I can be more valuable, more helpful to the team, run blocking than I can catch the pass. Because it was in the job, they were playing a lot of coverage. Because they says, okay, and this is what I used to tell TD. TD, they're playing cover 2. They got 7 guys in the box. Run them out of this to make them drop that safety down so we can go to work. So Ed and Rod and myself can start eating. That's what Michael was. Michael was about the team. Michael realized, I don't care. The way I looked at it, Michael, we were talking about it. If I'm playing another great tight end, Skip, my team wins, I'm better than you, bro. Because I won.
What were you known as? Like one play shit?
Yes.
Okay, so you won a Super Bowl in Baltimore with making one play a game.
But I understood your value has to be more than just catching for 100 yards.
Were you throwing fits on the sideline when you didn't get 10 targets?
No. But
I wonder what the most targets you got in a game that year would have been. Seriously, at Baltimore. Seriously.
Probably 7, 8.
Do you think that many? I'd be surprised if it's that high.
Well, no, not that. Yeah, because I did catch 8. I think I caught 8 passes one game against Tennessee. So probably 8, 9 to 10, something like that. It wasn't many.
It wasn't the Tennessee playoff game.
No. I only got 1 target that game. I only got 1 target. I got 2 targets. I caught 1 of them. But that's the thing, Skip. I got no problem. If John Mara wants to say, okay, Odell, you're doing a lot of talking and the play is not matching the rhetoric that we hear you in the end. His problem was, Skip, I think he could have, he doesn't like the sideline antics. I think it was the interview that really rubbed him the wrong way. Because he's like, hold on, you got $65 million of my dollars. You talking about you don't like New York?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, hold up. The guy that you said you don't know if he can do it or not, he's still your quarterback. He's criticizing him for criticizing Eli's play. Now, should he have done that publicly? Probably not. Yep. But we know Eli's playing bad. I mean, John, we can see the game. I mean, even the casual fan that doesn't know a whole lot about quarterbacks, they know Eli's playing terrible. And that's the thing. You're like, well, Eli has to play better, but you're basically saying, well, Eli's quiet. Eli's not causing ruckus, so his poor play goes unnoticed. We're losing. Odell's antics, and so now we see Odell. And I said this last week, Skip, all Odell antics have done has allowed us to take the focus off Eli and how poorly he's playing and just focus on what Odell said and what he's doing on the sideline. But no, you can't fool me. But here's again, Skip. Think about it. Saquon has been fabulous. They won one game. And why is that?
Yeah.
Because the quarterback. I don't care how great talent you got at running back and wide receiver. Let your quarterback be trash and see how many games you win.
No, seriously, against the Eagles, Odell made 2 or 3 plays where he caught it and escaped.
Yeah.
And I thought, man, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
And it didn't matter.
But he got to catch the ball. I mean, but think about it. Saquon got to shake 15 guys just to get 10 yards.
No.
Eli's gun shy because he's taking sacks and he's gun shy. He doesn't trust his arm to throw the ball down the field anymore. He doesn't feel he can put the ball in the windows, in the pockets that he once could. Well, guess what? When that happens, it's time to move on.
Didn't John Mara also say it's up to the coaching staff to decide Eli's fate?
Ben McAdoo tried to do that last year.
Wait, he got fired over that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Which you gave your blessing to. I believe, I don't know this to be true. I believe not Ben McAdoo. I believe John Mara gave Ben McAdoo his blessing to see Eli down because he saw how bad he was playing. But the uproar, the fans, fans are very nostalgic. Eli won us 2 Super Bowls. We beat Tom Brady.
did.
Yeah.
He was compensated for that. What has Eli shown you since, though? He's only been to 1 playoff since that last Super Bowl win. And you don't get a lifetime contract, Skip, if you win a Super Bowl. Tom Coughlin had to find that out, too. Now, they moved on from Tom Coughlin. He won 2 Super Bowls with Eli.
Yep.
They fired, they asked him, he retired, he said he wanted to step aside and do some other thing. Funny how he went in the interview for the Philly job, but that's neither here nor there. There comes a time. We all have shelf life, Skip. And Eli's time, they should have moved on in that direction I get it. Saquon is going to be fabulous. But, Skip, if you don't have a quarterback, you're going to waste Saquon. You wasted it.
So they're about to miss the playoffs for the 5th time in 6 years?
Yeah.
Really? The New York Football Giants? That's not good. That's not good for the league, man.
I don't know.
But it's Odell. Odell keep on, it's Odell lashing out. Odell, I don't agree with Odell antics, but I don't agree with Eli's play. I agree less with that.
The play and walking to the locker room early, that wouldn't be a good move for me.
Well, I mean, if Eli, my quarterback, played like that, I might have left it in the first quarter.
You would not.
I might have left it in the first quarter. He played like that. Skip me.
See you later.
Sometimes your quarterback was playing like that, and
Even Trent. Trent didn't play. Think about it, Skip. Trent won 11 games in a row.
Yeah.
Trent.
I'm not sure how, but go ahead.
But because he knew who he was and what he was.
Okay. And
Fair
it
enough.
wasn't.
Yeah, that's the key. That's the key.
To the Cowboys.